Thanks for being with us, Chandan, and welcome. Uh, my
Thank you,
first
Adrian.
question to you is, what's Nitty been for you in the last span of a decade or so that you've been with Amazon? What's been Nitty's contribution?
Sure. It's a tough question, but I can possibly go for like many hours talking about what Niti has contributed, but I'll try to control the emotions and give a gist of it for everyone. I'm happy to go through with details with anyone. I'll, in my head, I think I'll go back one step backward to a more fundamental level. Uh, how is a postgraduate course like MBA fundamentally different than a graduate course like MBBS or engineering? I think anyone who is listening to it has some idea about it. A graduate course like engineering or MBBS is very technical, very specific in nature, where you build what I call as hard skills, which are very much required for you to be successful in a technical field. Like you become a computer engineer, you become an expert in a software engineering, or you become a doctor in a specialized region. MBA courses are typically supposed to be a very healthy mix of hard skills, which are your technical skills which you're building, also soft skills. These soft skills are the skills which makes you a better employee, better entrepreneur, better industrialist, in general, a better person in your life. And these are the skills which always remains with you. I think you had some idea, but just going back, and when you go back to the crux of this question, uh, this is where I think Niti has differentiated itself. It has somehow found that sweet spot between these two skill sets. I have seen many institutes uh, which are not able to find that sweet spot between hard skills and soft skills. It is found that how to let each student acquire right set of soft skills, right amount of soft skills, while also building very hard technical skills, while also making a great, uh, a hardcore MBA, also becoming a better person and a better employee. And this has made everyone who is coming out of NITI a top tier individual in whichever field he or she decides to go. And I remember 10 years ago, I very distinctly remember what were the two skills which I picked up first entering into NITI. And just to about my background, right? I was a computer engineer, very typical, get into a TCS job, work there in a outsourcing IT industry in your own silos. I did not had a lot of idea about a larger part of world. Got into NITI and learned two things in a very hard manner, right? First is how do we make decisions in ambiguity? How do we make decisions in ambiguous situation? And second is prioritization. Remember, entering into NITI, I think the session started sometime in July. In a month's time, we are asked to pick some of the subjects, decide our long-term career choices, pick organizations or companies which are going to come in September for summer internship.
Right.
Like for a software engineer like me who had no idea about anything outside a very typical geeky software engineering world, it was a very hard choice to make. And when I realized that you don't have all the data, all the inputs, and all the time required to gather all the data to make a very uh, what we call as an engineered algorithmic output, right? You have to make some judgment call. You have to make some R right or not decision in that journey, and that's the first skill which I pick, which is making decision in ambiguous situation where you make a decision and you learn two things with it. You decide to go with this with some of your conviction, with obviously whatever data you have available. You also create a review and an auditing mechanism in your head that how will you course correct that decision if it does not go well, as you gather more data, as you gather more insight into how you're going. So while we were making some of those hard decisions which had long-term impact, we were also building in all of our heads. I don't think it's only true for me. I think it's true for everyone who got into that situation. So they were also building that, okay, I'm going to choose marketing, but what if marketing is not right? If I 2 months later, I realize if marketing is not right for me, what is my correction strategy? Will I go to supply chain? Will I go to finance? And how do I do that? So plan B uh, was always created with plan A. sometimes even plan C was created with plan A, right? And that's what I learned as the first thing in Niti. It forced me to do this. I don't think it was intentional at my part that I wanted to learn this.
Interesting. So what you're talking about is ability to thrive in ambiguity, to have option A and B parallelly, and also to have very clear-cut prioritization. And that's something that Niti has, perhaps because of the ecosystem, the landscape, given you an opportunity to thrive on. Thanks for that. Besides these hard skills, Chandan, what have been some of the memories that you cherish about Niti? Tell us about that.
Uh, uh, Niti has been a happening place. I think it is still a happening place. I visited
Yeah.
Niti just a few months before COVID hit us. I think in November I was there. It is
Okay.
still continuously a happening place. I distinctly remember walking around Niti Pond with our project group, with our friends, discussing about business plans which we're gonna present next day into some of the other institutes, into our own competitions. Most of the business planning and case studies planning has happened in and around Niti Pond, at least for me. That was the place which sort of inspired us to think beyond. And sometimes we were just partying in the Bettycoat. I know when I visited last year, I realized that my old Bettycoat is not there anymore. There is a new hostel. But we used to party very, very hard in the Bettycoat. We used to party whole night. I used to get called out now on the fun side, maybe at that time on a non-obedient student side by a lot of professors that I'm one of those students who are not attending the morning classes all the time. But I think it was all about the ecosystem. We were not wasting time. We were all using the time for something or other, and that was all the fun memories which I carry with them. All these memories are very, very vivid, and it just seems like it happened yesterday. And when you look back, it has been more than 10 years now.
More than 10 years, absolutely beautiful. Yes, I think, post-graduation is the time where we make and meet the people we live a very, very long, dense relationship with. My final question to you, Chandan, is you have done phenomenally well for yourself in terms of your career. You're having a thriving career. What's been that one statement or one philosophy that's been a guiding principle of your life? Something that has made you successful and, as I understand, also made you very happy as a human being.
Sure. I think I'll just uh, want to say, and a lot of people say that every individual is different. We should never try to mimic anyone else. Everyone is different. Everyone is unique in their own way. And I go back to this was my learning from my mother. My mother always says to me that, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use one slang in Hindi because she says,
Sure.
"Suno sabki, karo apne man ki." Right? And what she mean, it's not a literal meaning. It's a saying in her village which she has picked up, and she has always implanted that on me. We should always listen carefully what everyone has to offer. We should always be respectful for everyone else's saying. We should always take everyone's advice into consideration, right? But we should never follow if our heart is not into it, right? So you should make a very careful decision which works for you, right? You should not make a decision which works for Chandan, which works for someone else. You should make a decision what works for you. So whatever I'm telling you today, and this is true for everyone who's listening in, I'm no god, I'm no oracle. I'm telling you what works for me, but take it with a pinch of salt. Uh, Listen to it respectfully, but then do what you believe is right for yourself, and that is what will make you happy and successful both.
What you're saying is find out your strengths and follow what your heart says. Go where your heart takes you, and there you would find perhaps a lot of success and also happiness along with it.
Yes,
On that
I
note,
think
thank you so much for your time, Chandan, and it's been a delight speaking to you. And we look forward to having you on campus with us face to face very soon.